comes LeBron.
Back-to-back threes. How about that feed?
And the winning streak is still alive.
Stolen by LeBron James and flushes it down.
And the winning streak lives on.
Whoa!
Most amazing comebacks in Heat history.
As the Bulls end the streak at 27.
The streak finds its Waterloo on the west side of Chicago. 27 straight wins for the world champion Heat. As Chicago kid Dwayne Wade and the champs hit the floor to meet the Chicago Bulls. They just haven't seemed fazed by this thing. Loose each and every game along the way. And by the way, very good. LeBron James backing down for the lay-in. Nate Robinson's steal gets it back for his only 3 of the night, which means Goggles.
Goggles, put them up. Money ball from Money Town. The Bulls are ready to play.
And for the 4th time in 6 games, the Heat find themselves down by double digits.
Yeah, got down by 10 in that first quarter, Matt. In the second quarter, tried to battle back in, make sure they keep it close for a second half run. As you watch them work on the interior a little bit, and then the Bulls doing the same. Gibson finds Dang and a great finish on LeBron James.
Strong finish on the King. Dang took 5 more shots than anybody in this game. Chicago up by 9 at the break, 3rd quarter. Some work to do for the men in black.
First half, they did not let the Heat get out like this, Matt, and then LeBron James says, time for us to loosen up a little bit, gets out in the break, finishes strong there, and then the Heat again, 3D, in transition.
In transition and stopped in transition by Jimmy Butler. That's Marquette on Marquette.
Marquette on Marquette. Would you give Jimmy Butler credit for getting back on defense, not giving an easy dunk or layup?
And remember, Wade just back from missing 2 games with that sore knee. Mario Chalmers knocks down the 3. After Chalmers' miss.
Possession in the second half, Matt. You thought maybe Miami was going to get back into it. Watch their activity here. Chalmers misses. They get the tap out again. Shaner spotted up, knocks down the 3. And the Heat get the lead by 1. Chicago's got to respond. How do you do it?
A Butler does it.
The Butler in the United Center with a Spalding.
Yes, indeed. You got to love it.
Butler up and over Chris Bosh. The place went nuts. The Bulls went up by 3. Wade drives and misses the jumper. Watch his reaction on that knee. And we're going the other way. It's Dang on the lay-in for 2 of his 28. But if you're a Heat fan, much more concern directed on the other end of the floor. Carlos Boozer coming to set a screen. Look at James. He'd been played hard by the Bulls throughout the game and was clearly frustrated. Saw him coming and went after his chest.
Well, poked and prodded and pushed around all game long. 3D got frustrated a little bit late in the game. It was a physical one for Chicago, but they got the job done. Taj Gibson, huge jumper late for them.
And that was after Heinrich got on the floor to get a defensive rebound on the other end. Nate Robinson misses the 3. Boozer with the rebound and the putback. Boy, he had a big night, 21 and 17.
Boozer showed up in a major way, 17 huge rebounds tonight.
Bulls have it, chance to put it away. Nate Robinson right past Ray Allen.
See, that's confident basketball for 48 minutes. All through this win streak, the Heat been able to get back in ball games because teams weren't playing confident basketball in the 4th quarter. Not tonight against the Bulls.
And the streak is over. James and the Heat will have to start from scratch as the Bulls win it 101 to 97. 3rd career flagrant foul for James on that hit on Carlos Boozer. Miami as a team recorded just 15 assists. That's their 2nd lowest total of the season. Chicago now leads this season series 2-1 with a trip to Miami April 14th still on the schedule. Reaction from Chicago.
They're coming in, they're playing unbelievable basketball. And we knew it was going to take a lot of effort. We got some guys down. And, you know, we locked in. We locked in. We knew how good they were. And we know when we are at our best, we could beat anybody. When we lock in like that, we're hard to beat, too.
What does it mean to beat them without 2 of your stars, Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah, and a couple other guys out, too?
You know, we've been going through it. You know, we've had guys down all year. We've never made any excuses. We just take every game as it comes, and we trust in each one, you know, on the bench. And every time a guy goes down, the next guy steps up.
Thanks, Lau. Good game. Carlos, you guys dominated them on the offensive glass. The glass overall, you had that huge offensive rebound and put back at the end of the game. Did you guys know that that's what you'd have to do to beat them, kill them on the glass?
Yeah, I mean, the games that we beat them,
we dominate the boards. You know, we know we're a good rebounding team, but when we're a great rebounding team, we can beat anybody. And that was a focus for me, focus for the Wild, focus for everybody. That time I just was able to wedge Chris under the rim and got the ball and put it up.
I don't want to make too much out of this, but if you meet them in the playoffs, psychologically, what does this mean to beat them tonight?
We feel like we can play with anybody, especially when we're healthy. You know, we did this tonight without Joakim, without Derek, without Rip. But, you know, we feel like if we're healthy, we can beat anybody. And tonight we showed, even without two of our better players, we can still compete and beat them. So, you know, we're going to go into it with confidence. A long season to go. You never know what's going to happen in the playoffs, but we're just trying to get a higher seed.
History will show this was the second longest streak in NBA and U.S. major pro sports history. 27 straight victories for the world champion Heat, most of them not close. 17 of the wins were by 10 or more points. Just 6 of the 27 victories were by 5 points or fewer. There was an overtime win thrown in, and the Heat beat 6 teams multiple times. 3 times they beat the Sixers over that 27-game stretch. The Bulls were the team that finally ended it. How'd they do it?
Well, I just really appreciate the fact that consistently they were physical with the Miami Heat. They set the tone early on, and it wasn't just on LeBron James with whoever was guarding him. It was whoever was helping on him. If they got in transition, guards were reaching in there. I mean, you look at some of these plays, and it seems like everybody was taking a shot. And when I say shot, Matt, I don't mean dirty, but just being there, giving a body, making sure that LeBron felt them. And 3D, I felt like all game long they listened to that message.
No question about it. Anytime you play this type of physical ball game, Luol Deng only has 1 foul. Taj Gibson's the only guy with 5 fouls. Just very impressed that you keep that focus. And right here, LeBron gets a little frustrated, but the Bulls kept their cool at the end.
27 straight, and it is over now for the Miami Heat. Here's their reaction from Chicago.
There was it really didn't matter to us, man. I mean, if you get it, it's awesome. If you don't, I mean, we won 27 games in a row. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So, you know, really, we really wasn't in here saying, like, man, we got to get that record. Not at all. So, you know, now that it's over, I'm glad it's over. You know, I love seeing you guys, but, you know, we'll travel a little less now. And, you know, we can, like I said, we can continue to focus on for the second half, for the last 2 weeks of the season, et cetera, on just ways of getting better, and getting prepared for the playoffs.
A lot of my fouls are not basketball plays. First of all, Kurt Heinrich in the first quarter basically grabbed me with 2 hands and brought me to the ground. You know, the last one, Taj Gibson was able to collar me around my shoulder and bring me to the ground. Those are not defensive. Those are not basketball plays, and it's been happening all year, and I've been able to keep my cool and try to tell, you know, Spo, let's not worry about it too much. But, you know, it is getting to me a little bit, because every time, you know, I try to defend myself, you know, I got to face the consequences of a flagrant, you know, for me, or a technical foul, or whatever the case may be.
Candid comments from LeBron James about the way the Bulls defended him in this game, and about the way the league defends him, generally speaking, as he earned his 3rd flagrant of his entire career, and first since 2007. And he's one of those guys who physically can take a lot more than a lot of players. And so there are times when they get away with a little more. This is one of the first times I can recall seeing it get to him.
Yeah, I agree, Matt. It's the first time for that. And I think LeBron understands that when you're that good, people trying to figure ways to get you out of your game. It's back when Detroit used to do it to Michael Jordan. Same thing Shaq would go through. People used to beat him up. Now LeBron is that next guy, is our superstar, where the only way you can get him out of his game is to be physical and get him out of his rhythm and kind of frustrate him like they did tonight.
And he still had numbers, 3D, 32 points, 7 rebounds. But the difference to me, Matt, in this game, the reason why I know that LeBron James got a little frustrated, obviously the flagrant late was something that was boiling inside of him, but just 3 assists in the game. That's the tied for the 3rd lowest total for him all year long, and 4 turnovers. Yes. So he did not find ways to get into the lane, make plays for his teammates in a way during the streak more consistently they had been playing. They missed a lot of jump shots, but LeBron being held down in that way gave the Bulls the edge. It's interesting that he decided to talk about it after this game, and I wonder, with the Bulls winning this game, if more teams will try that tack against the Miami Heat and get physical with LeBron and the rest of the guys. Well, some guys better be careful, Matt. They're going to try to be physical against LeBron James. Yes, good point.